have a tattoo on my back, on the top of my back here, and basically it's a tattoo that I designed a couple of years ago. It's basically a cedar tree, which is the symbol of Lebanon, which is the country that I come from. And in the middle of it, it says Lebanon in Arabic calligraphy. And basically I got it the summer right before I left Lebanon, because I knew that I wouldn't be going back to live there. Because it's quite a complicated country and there's so many kind of like political issues going on there. It's not somewhere that I plan on living on the long term, although like I've grown up there, so like I love it so much, It's my home and it'll always be my home. All my friends and most of my family's there. So basically, yeah, I designed, like I wanted this tattoo to kind of always remind me of it, so that I can never forget that that's actually where I'm from, those are my roots. But at the same time, I can't go back.
It consists of two main parts, which is the dancers, which are the three people holding hands, and yeah, basically the idea is that they're kind of dancing and singing, and then on the outer side of it, it's like a design of an owl, which is influenced by the mandala skulls, which is the Mexican Day of the Dead. That kind of design influenced the owl design. And the idea is that the owl is kind of carrying these people in a sort of orb in its chest. Generally, the owl itself is more decorative. If I was an animal, I'd probably be like some type of bird or like an owl. I think the meaning behind it is generally freedom and just being able to like fly around into different places. I kind of wanted this idea for quite a while, probably since I was about 17. When I was 16, 17, I started suffering from depression and paranoia, and I didn't really know how to deal with it at all. I was really young and didn't really understand what I was going through. I think that one of the things I suffered from was called depersonalization, which is where you feel like you're just constantly in a dream and you don't really know what reality or dream is anymore, and you just feel like completely kind of disconnected from the world. I was going through that, and the main way that I got through it all was by reading, because I didn't go to a therapist. I didn't tell anyone. The time it took me to get out of depression took me about six months, I think. That's a specific time. I mean, I've suffered from depression like after that again. After that again, I kind of go in and out of it. And so I don't know, during around this time, it was the first time where I'd really experienced something like that, and just allowed me to, I don't know, develop ways to feel better, and just generally be more happy in later times of my life when I was suffering from it again. And that's what this tattoo really signifies. I mean, yeah, it's symbolism of a book, but really it's just around that whole time that I kind of got a grip on things. All his books completely changed my life, and just changed my perspective on everything, and allowed me to find balance just in my day-to-day life, which is what I really needed. Yeah, and the book that particularly influenced this design is a section of the Book of Laughter and Forgetting. It's kind of three people here. That's what they symbolize, is the part of the Book of Laughter and Forgetting, which is the chapter The Angels. This guy walking down the streets, and he sees a group of people holding hands and dancing and singing, and they're all really joyous, and as they kind of they start to dance more and more and get into this motion, and as they get more happy and start singing more and more, they start to spin and rise up into the sky and start flying. Yeah, and I really like that, and that's kind of why I chose this design especially.
My first tattoo is a crown. I made it when I was graduate in secondary school about going to university. I've drawn and designed crown when I was at high school. Well, I think I'm actually the draw. Everyone would be a draw sometimes, like another face of yourself. I don't want to be a draw. No one would love to be a draw. I think draw is actually very gloomy and pessimistic. It might smile to you every day. It might be an optimistic thing, or it can be an unpredictable thing. I wouldn't say that I'm like a draw, but I think everyone would have this side. I just show this side of my mind on certain way. I've drawn this. It means that I've recognized it. It's like a thing that you haven't recognized. But if you have shown it, it means that, oh, I've noticed it. People can pay attention on anything. However, when you notice something that others don't, it's just simply because it's not that important for others as it is for you. As I drew the drawing out, that means I notice it and it is pretty important for me. I have some similarity with it. In fact, I don't want myself to act like this. I don't want to be a crown, but sometimes I have no choice. It's a part of me. Once I've done the tattoo, I've relieved. Every impulse that we strive to strike bronze in the mind and poisonous. It's like me taking pictures. If you always hide the things you have, it would become a huge stone to disturb you. So, just let it go, and you will relieve.